What's going on, ladies and gentlemen? NoZoupForYou here, and we've got a little ranked gameplay today, and you probably saw the title of this video, or at least on the thumbnail. Oops, I did it again. And for those of you that are children of the 80s and 90s, well, more so the 90s than the 80s, you would have to have been alive and cognizant in the 90s. This is obviously a Britney Spears title, not that I listened to her, though I did watch her videos, but I think all my friends did, because who didn't like Britney Spears in her little school attire back in the late 90s? She kind of was an icon back then, but I digress. I named this Oops, I Did It Again because, if you recall, I said I was done with ranked. And like a bad habit, I keep going back to it. I can't keep myself away, despite knowing what's going to happen, and despite knowing I'm going to get frustrated and I'm going to hate it. I guess the allure of minuscule amounts of steel is just too much for me to stay away from, because it's hard to get steel, and you need steel to get some good ships. And you know, I'm still really wanting the Burgoyne. Possibly the Austin, I don't know. The Austin in the right hands is just a sight to behold, and I've seen a fair amount of them this current sprint season, which is nice, because if you have a competent one on your team, they can do some absolute damage, and I, in particular, have seen some absolutely decimate Des Moines. But that being said, if the player doesn't know what they're doing, they're going to get citadeled from any single angle possible, and they're not going to last long, and it's not going to help your team out. So, before I get into just my thoughts on rank right now and what I'm liking and what I'm not liking this current sprint season, is this even a season? This mini season? This interlude? I don't know what this is. It's just a sprint within a sprint season, I guess. Before I start that, just a couple of notes. For those of you that don't know, I do stream, usually every Thursday. It's been 2 weeks, though. Life has gotten in the way, really, and the Thursdays that I normally stream, things have come up that I can't avoid. But I should be back in the saddle this Thursday. And it's a fun time, these streams. They really are. You know, we don't take things too seriously. Me and the buddies that I stream with, we have a really good time. Just a lot of fun. Talk pulp culture. Pulp culture. I guess pulp culture could be a thing. Pulp fiction. Talk pop culture. Usually Star Wars, movies, trending stuff. It's just a fun time to kick back and relax. And you know, after every round, I give away some CCT containers, and we've had some really good ships come out of those. I think we've had Tirpitzes come out of them. We've had Kutuzovs come out of them. So, yeah, there's a chance for some really cool stuff, too. And like I said, I give those away after every single round. Wargaming is kind enough to give us community contributors these CCT containers, and I love handing them out to help the community. That being said, towards the end of the month, I am leveling up. I'm hitting level 40. I know, I'm an old geezer, right? Still not quite as old as our Gnome Lord, the Mighty Jingles. I'm not quite up there yet. That just means he's a lot wiser, though. But no, I am hitting 40, and as a result, I will probably have a fairly big birthday stream towards the end of the month, when my birthday is. Right around Memorial Day, that time frame. So, be looking for that. Should have some ships to give away and some awesome stuff. So, it'll be a good time once again. And, you know, like I said, these streams, it's all about having fun and connecting with you all, just talking, having a good time. We don't treat other players like jerks or anything, you know, because usually I'm under the influence of alcohol anyways, and my play is either hit or miss. I'll have one good round followed up by one bad round, but those of you who watch know that. Again, it's all about fun. That being said, let's talk about ranked right now, and what I'm liking and what I'm not liking. And we'll start with what I'm not liking. And what I'm not liking is the Thunderer. And I said this before, and I'm saying it again. Thunderer is the biggest pile of steaming trash that this game has ever seen. And I stand by it. And I've used Thunderer, and Thunderer is a great ship. But the problem is, Thunderer is too good. And it's too frustrating because when you have one hiding all the way in the back, even if you're angled when they're slinging their HE, causing 10,000 damage and 2 fires, I just get sick of it. And it makes me not want to play ranked. Thunderer is probably the reason I hate ranked so much. It is the reason why I don't want to play ranked. And I think it's the same for a lot of you out there. And it creates a vicious cycle because you get beat up by a Thunder and you decide to take your Thunder out and play the Thunder. And you do really good in the Thunder because it's hard not to do really good in the Thunder. And we've got even more Thunders out there now. And I've decided I'm not touching Thunderer. I don't want to be that guy. I loathe the ship as much as I like playing it sometimes. I absolutely loathe it. I hate what it has done to the game. I hate what it has done to rank. And there are really very few counters for it. I mean, even a bad player can do it good in the Thunderer. And that is the definition of an overpowered ship. So that's why I don't like about rank still. Still, it's the Thunderer that is just really, really causing my ire and my angst. Outside of that, you know, I'm just really not enjoying the meta either. And, you know, I touched on the meta the other day and balancing issues and everything else, and things still don't seem to have changed at all. You're still seeing the same destroyers out there. It's still destroyers like the Kleber, Haragumo, but predominantly small end and ships like that. And every now and then you'll see ships intertwined like the Shimikaze, Summers. I've taken the gearing out. I do enjoy the gearing, and I think there is some merit to it when you slap on the legendary module to get that really, really good concealment. You work as a spotting ship, but it's just hard to compete in the gearing against other destroyers, other gunboat destroyers, and it has become a straight-up gunboat meta, which I'm not a fan of. Like I said, I want to be able to take out a ship that I enjoy, I like, regardless of what that ship is, and know that it'll still compete regardless. And we just don't have that right now in ranked gameplay. We don't. There is a meta. There's a solid meta. Stalingrad seems still viable right now. Anytime you have a cruiser that can Citadel a Yamato at angle or cause massive damage, yeah, I don't like Stalingrad either. All these premium ships that Wargaming concocted have been horrible for the game, and honestly, I hate Tier 10 in ranked and would love to see it come back to something like Tier 6 or Tier 7, something that you can showcase a little more skill. I don't know. But I do... I said I'd get into what I do like about ranked gameplay, and I mean, I do like the competitive aspect because it's a little more competitive than regular random battles, but I mean, I guess I don't know. Ranked is ranked. You just deal with it. And it's funny because one of the rounds someone's like, hey, who's here for the rank? And I don't think anyone answered that they were. They're not. No one is in Gold League to get to rank 1. The only reason people are playing Gold League right now is to get the maximum amount of steel that they can with the minimum amount of pain. And sometimes that's a hard task. But fortunately, you know, you don't have to hit these ranks to get the steel now. I mean, you do get a small amount when you hit rank 1, but basically you get it for the wins. So even if you lose 3 or 4 games in a row followed by some wins, you're still going to get some steel for those wins, which is nice. That I do like. Personally, I'd like to see a little more steel. I don't think anyone would not want to see more steel. And I need more steel quick. At this rate, I'll probably have Burgoyne by Christmas, or Austin, or whatever I choose to get. And talking about ship trading again, I'd really love to trade in my Stalingrad for a different steel ship, because I just don't care for the Stalingrad that much. I rarely play it. I just don't like it. I play Summers more, and you know, Summers is a decent ship, but I don't bring it out into rank because I just don't feel it can compete in rank, really. So Anyhow, I digress. I've gone back to ranked. I feel sheepish saying it, and yes, I'm probably going to do what I can to get as much steel as I can. I'm not going to enjoy it. I'm going to try to, but I know I'm not. And when I face those Thunderers, I'm going to get pissed, especially if I'm in another battleship and I can't do anything against them unless the player's just an absolute tosser that is broadside to me, and I can Citadel easily enough, but yeah. I hate Thunder. I think I made that obvious. And I think most of you do too. Yeah, I want to know your thoughts on ranked. What you would do to make ranked more enjoyable. What you would do to want to play ranked, and what you think rewards should be for ranked. I don't know. Just let your opinions flow right now about ranked gameplay. I'm curious to see them. Anyhow, hope you all are doing wonderful. Really hope to see you all out on these Thursdays when I stream. I really do. We've got a great crowd. It's just an absolute blast. If you haven't subbed and you're a longtime follower, please do. And obviously my Twitch is NoZoupForYou. Easy enough. So, hope you all are doing wonderful. Take care. Zoop out.